Evening, everyone. It's 6:11, and this is your closing comment. And there's not going to be a daily note today, so this will be a little longer because I will mention the sectors. We had Empire State Index, which was 4.9, a disappointment with the expectation of 6. Import prices were up 0.1% versus up 0.3%. But on the other side of the ledger, we had export prices up 0.6 versus an expectation of half that, and industrial production up 0.4 versus 0.3 expected. The markets were strong right from the beginning. We opened and were up about 200 in the Dow, and it sold off down to about up 50, and then just steadily climbed all day on the news that vaccines were there, pictures on TV of people getting vaccines, and Nancy Pelosi inviting everyone to a sit down this afternoon after 4 o'clock. And so the Dow finished up 337.76, which was 1.13%. The NASDAQ was up 155 or 1.25%. S&P was up 47.13, 1.29. The big winner was the Russell, up 45.91, which was 2.4%. And the transports, which were terrible yesterday and down almost 3%, were up 103.21 or 0.83%. So not really much of a recovery there, but it's the way it goes. Market internals were strong, with the Dow 3-1, NASDAQ a little less strong at 2-1, and the volume was lower. The big move today was Apple. We had it first thing this morning with that increasing suppliers up 30% for the new iPhone 12 production, and that lasted all day, and it was a massive move here. Stock closed 127.88, up $6.10, or almost 5%, actually a little over 5%. Lilly, which is clearly one of the big virus plays, also this morning was 161.55, up 364 on increased guidance and their deal to buy Prevail at 22.50. That too continued up, closed 167.34, up 9.43 or 6%, and Prevail settled back a little this morning. It was trading at 23, which was over the price, and it still closed slightly over the price at 22.75, up 10.25 or 82%. So we'll have to see whether or not there's either another bidder, or maybe they're trying to negotiate a higher price. Hard to know. Okay, as far as the sectors go, the work from anywhere sector was up, but nothing overwhelming. It was up just under 0.5%. Biotech was up 2.08%. Infrastructure was up 2.10%. Cannabis was up 7.17%, and that was on late news that Tilray and Apria is considered the best Canadian company, and Tilray is a massive U.S. company, and it looks like they're going to try and get together. So the rest of that took off. Retail was up 2.65. Defense, a little bit of a laggard, up, but only up 0.9%. Food supply and supply chain was up, but really light, 0.38%. And energy was again a major gainer, with the energy stocks up 2.12%. The chart here on the screen is the gold, which we actually ended up getting long today using Newmont, coming out of this little consolidation that I've been talking about. It seems to have bounced off the 200-day MA and closed pretty much right on the high, and is up another $2.60 tonight. But the ones that I'm really looking at here and really keying off are the oil, which is down a big 4 cents right now, but was really strong today. Closed 47.62, and that was up 63 cents. And as you can see, that is a new high close for the recovery. So the oil still continues to look strong to me. Where if we break out of this area, 50 to 52.50 is going to be, I think, a straight shot up. The economic news around the world really has, driven this higher. Okay, the gold I gave you, Bitcoin was up 290 at 19,560, which is really nothing overwhelming. Up here at 20,000. But the big concern here is the dollar. The dollar broke again to the downside today, was down further, closed down about a quarter. And as you can see, it hasn't broken yesterday's low, which I think was 90.34. 90.34 and a half. Today was an inside day with a lower high and a higher low, 90.34 and a half. So the close down here is ominous. At some point we ought to be able to see a little bit of a gain. And what really surprised me is the fact that even with the dollar so weak, we had increased interest rates today. They were pretty substantial. The bonds closed on the low. They've opened up a little here, but as you can see, they closed down 25-30 seconds, so roughly 3/4 of a point. We were short this. We actually are still short it using the TBT, but they're pretty much worthless going into Friday's expiration. But that would not surprise me to see them come back to life a little. We only paid 17 cents for the calls, so nothing overwhelming. Okay, folks, that's about it. I will be back first thing in the morning with a pre-opening comment and a little bit more color on what happened today. By the way, two things. I want to mention AIV. AIV is an apartment investment company. This is the company that Tesla is replacing. And today, they evidently separated out their REIT. And what that means to us is really not a whole hell of a lot. But I want to show you the chart because it was stunning. This is where we closed yesterday. This is where we closed today. Today's move was 87.5% to the downside. Now, I don't know. I've tried to find it, but I don't know whether separating that REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust, which is an income producing asset, I don't know whether they literally were spinning it off or dividending it out. But I would be very surprised if people got absolutely nothing for it and the stock went down 87%. It's not unusual for a day or so to see numbers like this until they clarify what it is. But I see no new issue or any kind of explanation for it at all. I sincerely hope that there is something, because if not, the people who have to get out of this on Friday, when either Friday or Monday, when Tesla goes in and this comes out, are in for a huge beating. Okay, everyone, I'll be back in the morning. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And also, don't forget, if you're interested in futures, let me know. Time is running very short.